in Super League. So, yeah, some great players there. And some of the new generation. Jack Walker, Niall Evans, Lachlan Coote in Super League is ripping things up. He's almost like the last of those link players, isn't he? The last guy who's basically plays like another pivot who's playing at fullback, it feels like, Lachlan Coote. The rest seem to be more getting back to sort of a support play kind of, basically where speed is the key in attack as much as passing ability.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right, that is fullbacks. I hope people enjoyed that. I'll probably make a shorter quiz next week when we do a different position, to be honest, or ask someone else to do the quiz. But I hope people enjoyed it all the same. We're now going to wrap up the show with some recommendations and an idea of what we might do in the future. Right, guys, we've done the quiz, so we don't need to do the quiz in the wrap-up. We can talk about our recommendations. I'm going to start with Paul, as he won the quiz. Gets to go first on anything he wants to recommend to the SLP family.
So, my recommendation is listen to Boris, stay at home, stay safe, wash your hands, and just be sensible.
Can we
That's
be clear?
just the main thing.
When you say listen to Boris, you mean strictly on social distancing and self-isolation?
Not on anything else unless it's COVID-19 related. Anything else that you tell us, well, take it maybe with a pinch of salt.
I'm glad we got that cleared up. Tim, what do you have for us as you came second in the quiz?
As people will be at home, rightly following the advice to help everybody else, they'll be staying at home. One thing you can watch if you listen to this, you like some sport, like some competition, and something just to completely lose yourself in, have a look on YouTube for Marbula 1. That is marble racing. Now, it might sound pretty dumb, but they've actually done it really. These guys, they're Dutch guys that have done it, and they've got an American NASCAR commentator to do the commentary, and it is gripping. And there's all sorts of, they've even got a dirt league where they've done it down just a dirt track. They've got some that they've constructed out of Lego and with a rotating conveyor belt. It's so intricate, multiple camera angles. And some of them go on for about 20 minutes. It's just perfect viewing, and I'm trying to eke them out over the next however long we're here. But I'm really hoping these guys get on it and make some more, because I think I could have used them up pretty quickly. But Marbula 1, it's the new sport.
Good stuff. Alan, what have you got to recommend for people to maybe see them through some self-isolation?
Yeah, so something a little bit more highbrow, but I've already searched for it on my phone, so I'll be looking at Tim's recommendation after this. A film that Anna and I watched last night called High Life. It is has Robert Pattinson in it, but don't let that put you off. It's really good. It's a Anna and I were talking about this last night. It's a kind of a dystopian, lost in space drama. And we were talking about how many films there are that are like Lost in Space, kind of drifting away type stuff. There are lots. We came to the conclusion of, but yeah, it's a really good one. It's a bit batshit crazy. So if you want something that's a bit escapist, then it's a good recommendation.
How is the Single Ticket podcast going to work through these coronavirus times?
We're on a bit of a hiatus at the moment because we're a bit busy, but we might I don't know, we might even come down to it and just watch it. In these stay inside type days, we might actually watch a film together and break the whole conceit just for the for these extenuating circumstances. So yes, we're definitely not going to the cinema, obviously.
Okay, well, my recommendation is TV viewing related, because other than our heroes out there at the supermarkets, driving the delivery trucks, and at the NHS like Paul, we're all watching TV a lot. So a re-recommend is This Country on BBC 3, but you can get it on the iPlayer, and it's been shown on BBC 1, to be honest, because it's so fucking brilliant that they have to show it on BBC 1. All 3 series are going to be available to watch now. I think the last episode airs tonight or tomorrow night, actually, or sometime very soon, of the whole series. It is brilliant, hilarious. Like, return to the the glory days of sort of docu soaps and mockumentaries or whatever you want to call them, that sort of thing. It is class. So certainly this country is one to check out. And a new show that just started last week on Channel 4, I think it's called Good Life. It's Mae Martin effectively sort of telling a semi-autobiographical story, I think, to be honest. But Mae Martin, the Canadian comedian, it's got Lisa Kudrow in it playing her mum, who just drops in some hilarious cameo moments in the first episode, so I can only imagine what she's going to do during the next. All episodes are available to view, but I thought I'm going to space it out because otherwise I'll leave myself with not much else to watch. And my final recommendation is keep in touch with Rugby League, guys. If you can afford to join a membership scheme or a lotto scheme or something to help support your clubs, do so. Keep in touch with all the social media content that the leagues and the clubs are putting out, because the more we can stay in touch, the more we can all be prepared for as soon as we are allowed to get back to games sensibly and healthily in big mass congregations, when that can happen again. We're all ready to jump into those Rugby League games and get big cash boosts inside our clubs by making those games as well attended as possible. So keep engaged with the game would be my recommendation in this time. Normally now we talk about what's coming up on next week's show, but who knows, really? We plan on still having a show next week. I can't exactly remember who of us was presenting it. What we kind of want to do is anyone who wants to be involved in these shows can be involved in these shows, because we kind of want to keep it SLP social, as it were. We also looking at setting up some watch parties for everyone to watch the Super League Rewind stuff on the YouTube or Facebook together, and kind of join together in maybe a comment thread or maybe a Skype call or something. Not quite decided yet, but basically some sort of watch party that we can all be watching the games together still and talking about the games, talking about players we want to slag off from those games, players we want to love from those games, and all of that. So that's what's to come. But you can find the show at Super League Pod on Twitter and Instagram, facebook.com/Super League Pod. You can email us superleaguepod@gmail.com. We did have an email today from Lee Whitnell sort of suggesting a game we can play about selecting your favourite ever team from players you've seen play internationals or something. So I'll have a proper read of that during the week and put something out on that. We'll decide what position we're going to talk about next week. We're not going to do a longer quiz. You can find out all the details of the episode and stuff like that on superleaguepod.com. Search for the show on Spreaker, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Podcast Addict, Stitcher, anywhere you normally find your podcast, and we're on YouTube as well. And maybe we'll do some videos at some point in this off period for the sport. Tim, do you want to take us through our partner sponsors? In fact, Tim and Alan, do you want to rotate going through our partner sponsors? I need a drink.
Yeah, I will when I've got my running order back up.
Bloody hell, start with Alan.
Things come.
So you can start with Rob's Toy Shop for all your stuff in this hiatus. Enter SLP discount on checkout at Rob's Toy Shop on eBay and get 5% cash back on orders over £5, plus give 1% cash back to SLP.
Little Warden, vital alerts for hidden issues. Head to littlewarden.com to see what they can do for you.
Mascot Browns for all your international rugby league gear. You can use the link shown on the episode blog post, and we get 8% of your order value to help with our running costs.
And finally, Sarah's Bookcase. Sarah sells Usborne books with access to over 3,000 titles from baby to teenager. There's something for everyone. Find out more over on Facebook.
Yeah, brilliant. Thanks, guys. And thanks, Paul, for joining us. I mean, I hope you've enjoyed this. I hope it's been a nice anecdote to your day off and helped us all sort of be social whilst definitely distancing.
Yeah. No, I've really enjoyed it. Thanks for having me, guys. It's been really good.
Brilliant. Well, thanks to you, Paul. Thanks to you guys, Alan, Tim, as always. Thanks to everyone for listening. We will keep doing these shows. They may be long, they may be short. We don't really know, but we'll keep doing these shows and keep having fun and chatting Rugby League. Until next time, keep listening to your favourite Rugby League podcast, the Super League Pod. How can you keep listening if it's ended? I don't know. Anyway, thanks, guys. Bye.
Wash your hands. Bye.
Stay home. Bye.